Hi, and welcome to Get Me to New York vlog 18, and also welcome to one of our newest Amy Executive Kuwait apartments. How nice is this? So this is one of the brand new apartments that we've taken on in Kuwait City. It's right along the corridor from the other apartments that we have, so it's on the 25th floor. It's got great views out over the towers, and we also have the one next door to it, and that's on the corner. And it has floor to ceiling views out over the whole of the city as well. They're just absolutely amazing. And I always think, you know, there is a reason behind my madness. I know I always say I want to do vlogs outside, right? The reason I'm doing the vlog in here is because I always think there's something really, really nice and unique and magical about being in a home before anybody's lived in it. And I think that's where my passion for property development started, because I remember when we moved house when I was 5 and we got to go up and see the house being built, and I remember just like, you know, playing and amongst the building site and jumping over what would be the beams under the floor and everything like that. It was brilliant, like on the second floor. And I remember that and thinking, God, that was fantastic, I had so much fun. And when you come in one that's been newly built and newly decorated, and nobody's sat in the chairs yet, and nobody's slept in the beds yet, nobody's been here and lived in it, I just think there's something amazing about that. And we try and capture that home away from home feeling with Amy. So we want all our apartments to feel like this every time somebody comes in, that it's never been lived in before. And it actually made me think that it links very well to what I want to talk to you about tonight. Because last night we did a vlog on how you know when you're ready to grow. So, like, you know, it rhymes, yeah. So, how you know when you're ready to grow. And I'll save you 7.5 minutes of your life. The answer was, you're ready. If you're asking the question and you're thinking about it, you're ready. Whether you're a small business or whether you're a huge multinational business, you will always have trouble going into a new market. There's also always benefits to whatever stage you're at, so just go for it, right? So very much the same as why I like being in a new apartment before nobody else is in it. There's also a very unique experience about going into a market before anybody else has been in it. Because what will happen when you start thinking about expanding is you will go to people who are employed to give you advice about how to expand your business. And that's fantastic. A lot of them are lovely, lovely people, and they're really, really helpful. We've had loads of help from them. But they're not going through it. They're getting a paycheck at the end of the month. The bell's ringing at 5 o'clock and they're going home. You need advice from people who have put their life on the line. And I mean, not technically like not moving to a war zone or anything. I mean, like, put everything on the line in order to expand their business into a new market. That's the people that you want to be speaking to. Because if you speak to the so-called professionals and you speak to people who are there to give you advice, they'll tell you to go to markets in order, right? So if you're in the UK, they'll tell you to do Europe first, and then they'll tell you to do maybe the USA, and then they'll tell you to do the Middle East, and then blah, blah. And that's because it's based on distance, maturity, ease of doing business, everything like that, right? But same as we spoke about yesterday, that your domestic market might not be best for you, guaranteed the market closest to you is also maybe not going to be best for you. Likewise, the easiest market to get into, that might not be best for you. So you need to weigh up the benefits and the pros and cons, I suppose, of getting into an extremely mature market, which has excellent routes to market, if you like, and an already very structured system in place for bringing your product to the market, and emerging markets. And what happens in an emerging market is you might find it trickier to get a visa, you might find it trickier to set your company up, you might find there's more rules and legislation, and you're really paving new ground. But if you can ride that wave and you can hold on and really, really push yourself, you will not only grow exponentially as a person and as a company, but you have the chance to be a market leader in a market that is going to soon be booming. Do you know what I mean? So when you set up something in your home market, you are probably already in a market where there's lots of what you do, because that's probably where you got the idea from. I might be wrong, okay? Certainly that's what happened with me. Property is a very established route to making money in the UK. We all know about property business. We all know what a letting agency is. We all know what a real estate agency is. We all know what a property investor is, you know, everything like that. There's certain markets in the world that don't have such a mature property industry. And Kuwait is one of them. And it's very surprising because in some ways Kuwait is very advanced. The use of technology here is unbelievable. Like, you know, they've got such a young population. Everybody's on Snapchat and Instagram and everything like that. Nobody really uses websites. Everybody goes straight to social media. And the way that people connect with each other is through use of like WhatsApp and voice record messages and everything like that. So in some ways it's very advanced and very tied into technology, and there's a lot of great apps coming through here. But in other ways there's not a huge infrastructure here for bricks and mortar businesses. So it's hard to get projects approved by the ministry. So for example, there's not as many roads as there should be, and the airport's a bit more old-fashioned than it should be. Kuwait, I was being really nice there. The airport's a nightmare, but I'm trying to be positive. The airport's not as new as it should be. There you go, that was nice, wasn't it? But it's an amazing country and it's a fantastic market, and the people are extremely friendly and welcoming, and they want to do business with you. And that's, you know, the Kuwaiti people as well as all the expat people that are here. So when I weigh up the pros and cons of Kuwait versus Dubai, what I saw was Dubai understands what we do, knows about relocation, huge other companies in the market, international relocation hub. Nobody really gives a shit what we're doing there. Okay, Dubai would just be like, come in if you want, this is the entry price, here you go, here's your office, good luck. And we'd make money, absolutely. But that kind of cookie cutter guides to doing business isn't for me. I want to go somewhere where we're doing something different and where we can actually help fill a need. And that's what we can do in Kuwait. So it's the difference to me between being another number in a probably oversaturated market, or a real trendsetter and you know, a real influence in a market which is still developing. And don't get me wrong, Kuwait is an extremely developed city. It's not as if the buildings are in need of development, it's not about that. It's just that the facilities management rules and regulations and the lettings rules and regulations just aren't as up to date and aren't as enforced as we have in the UK. And likewise, there's not really another company that does what we do. So that was our potential, that was our market. Now, other markets that I think would work great for what we do are markets which are, you know, just coming through as well. So a market such as Cuba. I was speaking to somebody about this the other day. That's somewhere where we could make a real difference because we're small. We could go into a market like that. Like the cost of sending me to live in Kuwait and to do business here and to get all this stuff going is really minimal. You know, a couple of grand a month in terms of accommodation and travel and networking and everything like that, right? The cost of a huge company to set up in Kuwait is 20 times that, 100 times that, okay? Because they need huge premises and they need all these different regulations that we need and everything like that. I can just turn up, I can arrive and I can start to do business here, and then I can make all these contacts. So the smaller you are, the easier you can get into new places. And very much the same as when you come in an apartment for the first time and you sit and the furniture's new and everything's new and it just feels fantastic. But what it needs is a bit of personality. It needs a bit of a loving touch, if you like, right? It needs somebody to come in and love it and take care of it and fill it, and it needs to be noisy and, you know, happy and welcoming. And that's what you can do to that market that you're thinking of getting into, but you're thinking it's too hard to get there. If you think your product belongs somewhere and you think your product will make a difference, just go there. That's it, that's all there is to it. Because I promise you, regardless of how mature the market is, you're going to encounter problems getting there. And I would rather encounter those problems in a market that's going to make me a market leader than a market that's going to make me just another statistic. Plus, pick somewhere that's not extortionate to live. If I stayed in Dubai, I think I would be having a liver transplant by the time I was 40. Like, I don't even think I'm kidding. It's all about you. And it's all about your product, and it's all about your business. And that is the most individual and unique thing that you have. And don't let anybody else tell you how you should do it. Trust your gut, travel, see new places, do your research inside and out. But see, when you decide that you want to go somewhere and you think you can make a difference to that place, get on a plane. Don't quite book a one-way ticket, but book your return ticket for a good couple of months in advance, and just turn up and just try and do business there and see what happens. I think I can definitely say that it's worked for us in Kuwait, and I really hope that that works for you wherever your market is. So I'm looking forward to speaking to you tomorrow night. I think I'm really enjoying this topic of talking about going international, because it's something that I'm going through at the moment, and as well with the Get Me to New York, it'll be really interesting to compare how our process for that changes from our process from Kuwait. So I will see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night may be my last vlog in Kuwait for a wee while, because I'm coming home for a week. But on the other hand, I might be able to do one on Friday night. So we'll see. But I should have a goodie for you tomorrow. Please have a lovely evening, and I will see you all then. Okay, good night.